There has been a major exit of skilled workers, leaving a vacuum, as you might say, and being filled by people who are not really skilled enough to do it. And it's very important that to the construction industry to learn to have a good carpenter, to have a good thing, because he doesn't do rework. He doesn't do work that has to be reworked, if you understand what I mean by rework. And it's a major problem for the construction industry as it is for everybody else.
And how is it affecting people? I mean, is it affecting
they probably get worse. That's how it affects them. They pay more and get in a lesser capability. You just have to think about a good tailor or a carpenter or someone like that. They're not around anymore. In fact, I know a few, but I mean, you know, it doesn't mean everybody knows anybody. And a lot of people here, unfortunately, say they're good at carpentry, and they're probably not. Everybody thinks it's simple, but it isn't. But anyway.
And how is that being mitigated?
Ring up Mr. Rambuka and ask him. He keeps saying he's going to do something, but he's done nothing.
From the industry point of view, are contractors getting in workers from overseas?
Absolutely, that's what's happening. They're having to replace some of these workers from people who are probably skilled and in most cases lesser paid, and bringing them into the country. That's probably costing them more, therefore they charge more for their work. It's not as if it's a simple thing to do, and the training part of it is going to take years, quite frankly, to train people. I believe one of the best way of training people is on the job. You know, have a senior, somebody who knows what he's doing, and having a small group of people he controls, and he all he does is supervise. But that costs money. That charges the developer. The developer always pays.
So the cost associated with the construction and in the industry, that has gone up because of labour prices.
It's not the only thing. There's one of the things, many things. Yeah. Yes.
So what are the other things?
The actual cost of material has gone up. Now, if you look at the cost of just locally, the cost of concrete, it's gone from about $400 to about $500. You know, depending on what you're buying and where you're buying it from. There's major increases, which is a global thing. There's major increases in most building materials. We import most building materials into Fiji. And I'm telling you, you might think that we don't, but we do. There's very few resources in Fiji. There's aggregates, like gravels and stuff like that. There's a bit of timber, but there's nothing else. I mean, even cement. They import clinker, they import lime, they import to make cement. Like paint, you import bits and pieces to make a recipe up for to paint. So you immediately attract that increased cost, which is wherever you import from. And if you bring it in from Australia or New Zealand, you're having whatever increased costs they're getting there, you get them here, plus some. Another thing that's affecting things, most of our stuff is imported, therefore it has to be shipped. Well, the shipping costs went sky high. They are coming down now, which is good, but they're never going. I don't think they're ever going to go back to what they originally were. They are reducing, and therefore the developer will have will be offset against that. But
is that one of the main factors in the property prices increasing? Because we have seen post-COVID the price of property and buying just a normal two-bedroom home has gone up. So is that...
It probably is, yeah, it probably is. It's all about supply and demand. You know, it's nothing to do with how nice I am or anything. I want to make money. Okay, and I'm sure you know a lot of people. They don't do it for the love of it. They do it because it's for their own benefit. And I'm sure that's probably why a lot of the cost of materials, the cost of labour, the cost of operating and everything is just adds and adds and adds and adds to the thing. And it's not going to stop. I mean, we already had an inflation factor, maybe 3% or something or other before the pandemic. It suddenly streaked up to 15%, up to over 20% for some products. So there was well, I mean, it had to reflect. It has to. Real smart, you would have bought before the pandemic, but no one knew that.